The hour-long fight, which took place in darkness, involved some 110 aircraft. Experts estimate, making it the world's largest air battle in decades. The J-10s shot down at least one Rafale, Reuters reported in May, citing U.S. officials. Its downing surprised many in the military community and raised questions about the effectiveness of Western military hardware against untested Chinese alternatives. Shares of Dassault AM.PA opens new tab, which makes the Rafale dipped after reports the fighter had been shot down. Indonesia, which has outstanding Rafale orders, has said it is now considering purchasing J-10s, a major boost to China's efforts to sell the aircraft overseas. But Reuters interviews with 2 Indian officials and 3 of their Pakistani counterparts found that the performance of the Rafale wasn't the key problem. Central to its downing was an Indian intelligence failure concerning the range of the China-made PL-15 missile fired by the J-10 fighter. China and Pakistan are the only countries to operate both J-10s, known as Vigorous Dragons, and PL-15s. The faulty intelligence gave the Rafale pilots a false sense of confidence. They were out of Pakistani firing distance, which they believed was only around 150 kilometers, the Indian officials said, referring to the widely cited range of Place 15's export variant. We ambushed them, the PAF official said, adding that Islamabad conducted an electronic warfare assault on Delhi's systems in an attempt to confuse Indian pilots. Indian officials dispute the effectiveness of those efforts. The Indians were not expecting to be shot at, said Justin Bronk, air warfare expert at London's Royal United Services Institute, RUSI think tank, and the PL-15 is clearly very capable at long range. Situational awareness. Reuters spoke to 8 Pakistani and 2 Indian officials to piece together an account of the aerial battle, which marked the start of 4 days of fighting between the 2 nuclear-armed neighbors. That caused alarm in Washington. The officials all spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss national security matters. Not only did Islamabad have the element of surprise with its missiles range, the Pakistani and Indian officials said, but it managed to more efficiently connect its military hardware to surveillance on the ground and in the air, providing it with a clearer picture of the battlefield. Such networks, known as kill chains, have become a crucial element of modern warfare. For Pakistani officials said they created a kill chain, or a multi-domain operation, by linking air, land, and space sensors. The network included a Pakistani-developed system, Data Link 17, which connected Chinese military hardware with other equipment, including a Swedish-made surveillance plane, 2 Pakistani officials said. The system allowed the J-10s flying closer to India to obtain radar feeds from the surveillance plane cruising further away, meaning the China-made fighters could turn their radars off and fly undetected. According to experts, Pakistan's military did not respond to requests for comment on this point. Delhi is trying to set up a similar network, the Indian officials said, adding that their process was more complicated because the country sourced aircraft from a wide range of exporters. The winner in this was the side that had the best situational awareness, said Bagwell. Change in tactics after India in the early hours of May 7 struck targets in Pakistan that it called terrorist infrastructure. Sidhu ordered his squadrons to switch from defense to attack. 5 POF officials said India had deployed some 70 planes, which was more than they had expected and provided Islamabad's Place 15s with a targets-rich environment. India has not said how many planes were used. The May 7 battle marked the first big air contest of the modern era in which weaponry is used to strike targets beyond visual range, said Bagwell, noting both India and Pakistan's planes remained well within their airspaces across the duration of the fight. 5 Pakistani officials said an electronic assault on Indian sensors and communications systems reduced the situational awareness of the Rafale's pilots. The 2 Indian officials said the Rafales were not blinded during the skirmishes and that Indian satellites were not jammed, but they acknowledged that Pakistan appeared to have disrupted the Sukhoi, whose systems Delhi is now upgrading. Other Indian security officials have deflected questions away from the Rafale, a centerpiece of India's military modernization, to the orders given to the Air Force. India's defense in Jakarta told a university seminar that Delhi had lost some aircraft, only because of the constraint given by the political leadership to not attack Pakistan's military establishments and their air defenses. India's Chief of Defense Staff General Chauhan previously told Reuters that Delhi rectified tactics after the initial losses, live inputs after the May 7 air battle. India's Deputy Army Chief Lt. Gen. Rahul Singh accused Pakistan of receiving live inputs from China during the battles, implying radar and satellite feeds. He did not provide evidence, and Islamabad denies the allegation. When asked at a July briefing about Beijing's military partnership with Pakistan, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning told reporters the work was part of the normal cooperation between the 2 countries and does not target any third party. Beijing's Air Chief Lt. Gen. Wang Gang visited Pakistan in July to discuss how Islamabad had used Chinese equipment to put together the kill chain for the Rafale. two PHO officials said. China did not respond when asked about that interaction. The Pakistani military said in a statement in July that Wang had expressed keen interest in learning from PAF's battle-proven experience in multi-domain operations.